Arrow, Season 1. One word describes this show. Okay, well, 2 words describes this show. Fucking awesome. Okay? So basically, Oliver Queen was on a boat with his dad's yacht, of course. And the yacht mysteriously, basically sinks, seemingly caused by a storm, okay? Which shipwrecks Queen on an island for nearly 5 years. Once Queen is rescued, he returns back home to his city, of course, and basically becomes the Green Arrow, going to catch corporate bad guys, the bad guys that are like wealthy businessmen, based off names that were in a book that his father had created. And basically he goes around scratching names off that list of people that are tearing the city apart. At the same time, he tries to reconcile with his family and friends after he alienates them when he first returns. So basically he has to make up lost time with his friends and family throughout the series. Or a season, if you will. At the same time, the show kind of gives you flashbacks. And you know what the best thing about these flashbacks are? They're not just there because they're there. Every episode, this entire season, is flashbacks. And the good thing about it is, the flashbacks seemingly mirror what's going on in the present. So basically, if something's happening in the present, you go back to a flashback, and almost the exact same thing is happening in the flashback. It's like he's seeing double right now because of what happened to him on the island. And basically, the second plot of this series is seeing Oliver Queen team up with Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke. What? Deathstroke's a good guy? Get the fuck out of here. But it actually works, because Oliver gets trained by this Asian dude, seemingly because he thought he survived the island, but apparently he's not the only one on that island. The island is actually a camp, either for not tourists, either for torture reasons or something else important is going on that island. And when we find out what's going on the island, him and Deathstroke tries to stop everything that's going on the island while trying to find a way off the island. Okay? So that's happening there. At the same time, you got I want to say the 3 main reveals, because he does reveal himself to 3 people that he knows. And I just want to say right now, the 3rd reveal is kind of a waste, because that fool actually becomes an asshole, and I was not glad. I mean, I was not happy. Well, I was happy to see him die, as I was trying to say. But the first 2 reveals actually comes out great, because Oliver has a bodyguard named Diggle. Okay, and he usually ditches his bodyguards every time. But there's something special about Diggle. He keeps standing around, and Oliver knows this. So one day he decides to ask Diggle, when Diggle finds out who he is, to join him. Okay, and then he also had this sexy nerdy chick with glasses. Okay, and she basically discovers who he is as well. Basically, they're all 3 reveals happen not because they want to, it's because they're in a dire situation. That's the best part about it. He doesn't just do it just to do it, like Smallville. It was actually done in a situation that he couldn't get himself out of. So, of course, with her, you know, she becomes his computer-esque type of thing, where she does things from computer and relays it to him by voice. Or if she has to go undercover, she goes undercover without the glasses. And I must say, she looks to be better without the glasses, but the glasses only intensify that sexiness. Yeah. This is a well-made TV series. And the people who made Smallville, not the same creators as Smallville, but some of the producers of the Smallville, wanted to make a Green Arrow spinoff. Because originally the first spinoff after Smallville was going to be Aquaman. But that did not come to light, since the boy who played Aquaman went on to become the star of that show on Comedy Central, or whatever it's called. I forgot what it's called. I think it's like a football... Oh, The League. There you go. FX. He went on to become that star of that show, which is alright, because he's ugly anyway, and he's a bad actor. But, so once the Aquaman series didn't go up to light, they decided to do a Green Arrow series. But they decided not to use the same Green Arrow from Smallville's universe, and Smallville is a separate universe all on its own. They decided to start fresh and make a whole new realistic take on Green Arrow. And I must say, they did that well. Because everybody seems to hate Aquaman because they think he's a joke. You want to know who my joke was? Green Arrow. Why? Because Green Arrow has never been seen like this before. Okay? Never. Especially when it comes to Justice League cartoons. I didn't want to see a Green Arrow where he shoots an arrow, the thing breaks apart, and a big ass punching glove comes out and punches people in the face. Yeah. That's what Green Arrow used to be. Yeah. But I'm so glad they don't do that shit here. I'm glad they actually went this realistic approach. Throughout the whole series, there's no other superheroes, nothing like that. It's just Oliver Queen versus the bad guys. Okay? No superpowered beings here. He does everything by his mind. In a way, he basically makes Bruce Wayne look second best. Yeah, I said it. Oliver Queen. This version of Oliver Queen gives Bruce Wayne a run for his money. I didn't think that was easy. But, yeah. There's two reasons that got me watching this show. Number one, all of you guys tell me, you gotta watch this show. You have to watch this show. I'm like, I will at some point. I didn't really have the urge to watch it that quickly. Because I didn't think it was going to be good, because it was Green Arrow, and I'm not really a Green Arrow fan because of what I just mentioned to you about Green Arrow and how they treated him. But one thing caught my eye. The Flash trailer that premiered last month or so. And who shows up towards the end of it? Oliver Queen. Yeah. The universes are tied together. Oliver Queen's going to be in the pilot episode of Flash. That sold me. So, not only am I getting ready for Flash, but also the third season of Arrow. And yes, I will be watching the second season right after this. I'm going to find it. I'm going to marathon that shit too. Because, yeah. This show's awesome. And the effects for a TV budget looks awesome. Awesome. And I forgot to mention there are two Deathstrokes. You got the real Deathstroke and you got the imposter one. But you know, the imposter one gets shot in the eye by an arrow and later becomes Deathshot. Yeah. And it's funny to see these two in here because Deathstroke and Deathshot are usually villains I would see in Batman or Justice League. Never in anybody else's, I want to say universe, but the universes are tied together. Never have I seen them in other people's comics or cartoons. Only Batman. So I was kind of shocked that these two were in Arrow's TV show. That's kind of amazing if you think about it. And then you got his sister. His sister starts seeing this, I want to say Vanilla Ice looking motherfucker in the Glades. Because he does look like that. Every time he comes on screen, the fucking verse in that song just plays in my head. Now stop. Collaborate and listen. I don't know why, it just keep doing it. And then in one other scene, a whole couple episodes later, they're sitting in the car and he's taking pictures. He looks like a young Channing Tatum. I'm like, dude, will you pick which famous person you want to fucking look like? Oh, shit. But there is another Archer out there. There is a Black Arrow. I call him Black Arrow, of course. And he's basically the cop. There's a cop in here. The cop of his, of Arrow's former girlfriend, Laura. Okay, played by the girl from the Melrose Place reboot, the Elm Street remake, and, yeah, this one. And she's still hot, even as a brunette. Oh, yes. Oh, fucking yes. And she kind of blames him, and the cop blames him, the detective blames him, for his daughter and her sister being on the boat with him when it went down, because Oliver actually cheated on Laura with her sister Sarah. And, yeah, that kind of sucks. So yeah, that problem arises. as well as trying to, as when you find out why his boat went down and how his dad actually got killed and who's actually responsible for it. I'm like, oh, that bitch. Like, she was responsible for all of it. All of it. It's fucked up. This is some fucked up shit, man. It is seriously some bullshit. There's a lot of bullshit that goes on here. And usually when I review a TV show, I usually say what is my favorite episode and what is not. Well, there was an episode with... No, that was awesome. But how about that episode with... No, that was awesome too. There's just... You can't pick what's your favorite episode. It's all so fucking good. I never seen a show this fucking addictive that I will sit there and literally marathon it for 48 hours, man, straight out. The only reason why I say 48 and not 24 because I fell asleep about a good 12 hours into it. It was like nighttime already, so I fell asleep instead of staying up all night like I did the Castle marathons. But yeah, just awesome. And if, I don't know if any of y'all knows this, but doesn't Stephen Amell, the era I'm talking about, doesn't he look a lot like Chris O'Donnell? Especially right now, since Chris O'Donnell got that same hairstyle with the little goatee going down as he does on NCIS. He looks just like that dude. Seriously. But yeah. And I love, there's a couple episodes that stands out, but I'm gonna talk about one because one reminds me of a movie that I like but scared the fuck out of me when I was a kid. And you may know what I'm talking about when I just say this. I'm calling it the Backdraft episode. If you've seen Backdraft, you know it's about a rogue firefighter going around setting arson fires everywhere. And then when you see him, he kind of looks like a scarecrow. His face is all fucked up on one side, and I don't know. I kept thinking about Backdraft. I love that movie, but the reason why I haven't reviewed it, I'm fucking scared to watch that movie still. I saw that movie when I was a kid. I have not touched that movie ever since. That's how an impact that movie has made on me. So when that episode was on there, I was like, oh God, will I ever watch this episode again? Will I ever watch this episode again? I don't think I would. I was like, oh shit. It brought back that memory. But except in this episode, he's dressed in his firefighting outfit, setting fires and shit, which is even more creepy. You know, it's bad enough to do it out of the uniform. He has the uniform on while he's doing it. Come the fuck on. The acting in this show is just superior. You can't not talk about the show without talking about the acting. It is awesome. Everybody, and I mean everybody, is just doing awesome work. Even Willa Holland. The last time I seen Willa Holland, it was the 90210 series. And then she had another series that didn't last. But now she's in Arrow now as his sister. I think her name is Vera? Vera Queen? Vera Queen? I think that's his name. Or is that his mother's name? Ugh, I get the two mixed up because they say it so fucking fast. Their name almost sounds the same. So, yeah. Oh, and then I mentioned, yeah, I would be a little bit fucked up too if your mom was actually married to your dad's best friend. Yeah. That's not very cool. That is not very cool. But what's not very cool is what the fuck happens to him because of another person. Which is also fucked up. Okay? And then that leaves Arrow to have to go fucking rescue his ass. Everything about this show is awesome, but it sets up stuff that makes stuff so fucked up. You're like, oh shit, this is fucked up shit, man. What the hell? What the fuck? And then that ending happens, and it's even more awesome. You got Green Arrow versus Black Arrow, and it's awesome. They just throw down on the roof right before the glades kind of gets leveled, you know, because they have some type of device that can mimic earthquakes. Oh gee, I think the government also has one of those. Oh yeah, they do, and they use it all the time though, in certain areas. if you realize. So some earthquakes are man-made, and some of them are God-made. So it's kind of hard to tell between the two. But, so yeah, I'm surprised they took that realistic purpose and put it as a plot in this show. Basically. And I love it because you're basically getting 2 stories in each episode. You got the story going on in the present. And then you flash back to the past where you got that storyline going on. It's like you got an endless array. And they do all this in 40, 42, 41 odd minutes. And it works perfectly. It flows great. I just watched the first episode alone before I got on Facebook. So like, I'm already hooked. And nothing even happened yet. It was just the writing, the way the acting was going. I was like, oh shit, this is going to be good. But I didn't know how good. But my expectations just got blown the fuck away with this show. So I am damn happy that I decided to watch this show. Very damn happy, okay? So, Arrow Season 1 is going to get an A+. And I hear from all you guys it's only going to get better in Season 2. Which I'm about to crack into right now. Fucking awesome! I gotta put a hashtag right there. Hashtag fucking awesome. Watch this damn show. Damn it. I gotta shoot myself in the foot for not watching the show sooner. But still, you can't help but not blame me for not watching it because of what I mentioned about Green Arrow and how he was treated. So, yeah. If Green Arrow looks like this, imagine what they can do to Flash. Bring it the fuck on. Bring on a CW Justice League. Man, that would be fucking awesome. It'd probably be even more awesome than the fucking movies. And that's another thing. A TV series has less of a budget than a big blockbuster Hollywood movie. Yet, the show has a more impact than a fucking $200 million movie will ever have. I can honestly say Arrow has more of an impact than Man of Steel. I've said it. I'm wearing this shirt and I just said it. Imagine the impact it's going to have when Batman vs. Superman comes out. Imagine the impact it's going to have when Justice League comes out. When Shazam comes out. When fucking Wonder Woman comes out. When Flash and Green Lantern tries to get his second movie started. And The Flash. All the while the Flash TV show is still going. Yeah. I bet you the Flash TV show is going to be 1,000 times better than that movie. Because they don't want to hire the TV writers to do movies. I don't know why. It'd be easier and then the movies would be awesome. Fucking awesome, just like the TV show. If anything, I would love to see the TV show universe going into the cinematic universe. But hey, that's just me. That's my review of Arrow Season 1. Let me know what you guys think about this series down below. Besides Season 2. Don't say anything about Season 2. I'm about to get into that shit. But, yeah. I just want to say real quick that Vanilla Ice looking motherfucker. And he's all sitting there trying to track down Arrow because Arrow saved his life. I'm like, so what? You gonna become a Red Arrow or something? Get the fuck out of here. But hey, hell, weirder things have happened, so maybe. We'll see.